Do you want to know which 3 running drills I find are the most effective for triathletes, especially Ironman athletes? Stick around. I'm going to show you 3 simple drills that got taught to me by an Olympic physio over 10 years ago, which moved me from an average marathon runner off the bike to a higher performing runner by utilizing the key running muscles that get really fatigued from being in a time trial position. Please subscribe to the channel, it really helps, and stick around. It's a short video, won't take you long to pick up these to start implementing them into your warm-up straight away, especially on your key run days. The first drill, Piston, is done statically first, so you've got to be able to stand still and do as I'm showing in this video here, where you can zip the heel up the inside of the leg by imagining someone pulling your knee up with a small bit of string straight up from the bottom to the sky. Okay, so the knee drives up, but the inside of the heel needs to go through the inside of the leg. Okay, so it's often confused with high knees. It's not a high knee. The idea is we want to fold at the knee and drive through the hamstring. So activate the hamstring by driving up and down like a piston. Okay, it takes a little while to get to be able to practice this efficiently. So repetition is key here. And then once you've mastered it statically, left and then right leg, you can see a side shot here. The idea is obviously to then start doing that in movement. So going very slowly as I am doing here on the tiptoes and then zipping the heel up very quickly up the inside leg seam. Okay, so we are then retraining the hamstrings to actually do their job, what they should do when they're running, okay, which a track athlete does very well. A skip is often confused with high knees as well. As you can see, I'm starting off slow, driving the elbow back, and then the opposite knee comes up with the core switched on really nice and strong, which you can't see in this video with my shirt on. It's important to have the toes pointing upwards as well towards your shin, and that idea is to then switch to the other foot onto the ball of the foot and simply bound up, down, and you can increase the pace as you get more efficient at a skip, and it just teaches the body to engage using the foot muscles, the calf, to bound you up and drive the knee up, exaggerated as if you were doing in a full running stride. Okay, the most important thing here, guys, is driving the elbows back and keeping a tight core so you rotate through the upper body, your thoracic. A lot of people struggle to coordinate the switch between the left knee and the right elbow back. Sorry, left knee up with the right elbow forward, right knee with the left elbow forward. People struggle to make that switch because they don't have the core control to activate the strong core, rotate the chest, so the thoracic, to drive the elbow back to then bring the knee up. Okay, so if you can't do that moving like I'm doing, bounding, you've obviously got to do that statically first, then walk, then jog. Okay, so practice that. A skip. B skip is exactly the same. However, you'll see in this video, I'm extending the foot forward and really lengthening the hamstrings. The Kenyans do this really well. They extend without leaning backwards and flick the leg forward and swoop down and tipper-tapper onto the other foot, onto the ball of the foot, and switch legs. So you flick it forward, flick, 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 and you're bounding, so you're hopping onto that foot, creating a nice plyometric reaction from the ground force, but really slow. Remember, slow is key, and then speed is next in terms of the activation, the flow of how quickly the drill gets done, not you running fast. And if you do that for 2 to 3 minutes, 3 times a week, out of your 5 runs, for example, the repetition will secure that in the first month, okay? And then you just do it as maintenance. But you're gonna have to do it extra to really drum these down. So in summary, we've got piston, static dynamic, we've got A skip progressing into B skip. So those first 3 drills, not to overwhelm you with more than you already got on your plate, because I could give you 10 drills and then you'd probably only do 2 of them really well. Okay, why do we do them and when shall we do them? Probably best done in the warm-up before your key run session. So key would be a long run, key would be something that requires a bit of intensity, because you are going to then retrain some of those muscle fibers before you've set out and got fatigued. So you firing them up, so it's neural training, and then you go off and you've more chance of actually a likelihood of using them if they're switched on. It's a bit like revving a car. It's the same as you do in the pool. It's the same, you would do some bike drills. Run drills are powerful. They help us prevent injuries as well. I will start giving you some different ones, different tips where we go laterally, so side to side. That obviously helps stabilize the hip, but it requires more control, more experience and repetition. So I'm giving you, I think, the key basic ones to start with. As I said in the beginning, it really helped me start developing my progression into a better runner with really sort of poor form, and us picking up sort of calf niggles if there's something that you really struggling with. If you are looking for a coach, get in touch. I've got a lovely female coach called Kate, and I also have Felix, who is very available to take on some coaching. If this is something you need, you're enjoying some of the videos, please watch some of the others, and I'm sure you'll come across some great content that you enjoy. Reach out if you want, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.